I love zombie movies, and Shaun of the Dead is no exception. Now, Shaun of the Dead is obviously a parody to Dawn of the Dead, but director Edgar Wright made it in a completely different story in an amazing way, in which comedy is one of the reasons that drives the whole film. And it stars Simon Pegg as Shaun and his best friend Ed, who is played by Nick Frost, who does become this dynamic duo that we just want to see them succeed throughout the end of the film. Now, not only that, but I mean, it shows the growth of a single person throughout his lifetime, conforming to society. And Edgar Wright does a good job in using these metaphors and these ways to convey what society means for Shaun. And at this point in time, society is kind of like zombies. Now, he displays as there's two different categories for zombiehood. Now, there's a category of overwhelming of responsibility and overwhelming of laziness and no interest to society. Now, there's two characters that actually portray this for Shaun. Shaun's best friend Ed, who is portrayed as a lazy nobody who just wants to sit at home, play video games, and drink beer at the pub, or his flatmate or his roommate, in which he is held down by society and responsibilities, and just wants to see Shaun succeed at something, but knows that he's not capable of it. So therefore, he just rags on him the entire film. So those are the two main driving points for Shaun. He's a loser. He has no respect from anyone at his work. He just lost his girlfriend. His life is in the gutter right now. His mom and dad, or his stepdad, don't even care about it enough to really call him son. He's just Shaun to them. And that is something that kind of hits home to someone who's just a college student that has no idea what they want to do in his life. Second, like Shaun, who is in the mid, maybe late 20s, in which he's just living a dead-end job, just trying to make sure and make ends meet. And for me, I feel like that is something special. Now, moving on to the main points of Shaun of the Dead. There's a zombie apocalypse that happened throughout this day, and it's the perfect time for Shaun to succeed in life for the first time in his life. He wants to become the hero. So what does? He goes to save his girlfriend Liz. So he starts to take more responsibility in his life, starts doing a little bit more reckless actions than he's used to. However, he kind of screwed her over because honestly, she lives in a second story building with like security doors and stuff like that. Instead, he wants to take her to the one place that he thinks is a safe place, which is his pub, which is called the Westchester, in which he just believes that's the safest place to be in a zombie apocalypse because that's his safe space. And that's something that he wants to share with his girlfriend, even though that he used to go there every single day. Liz accepts it. Her flatmate is like gone for some reason. I'm pretty sure that they thought that she died. And then he goes on for his second most important person in his life, which is his mom. Reluctantly, he didn't like his stepdad, but he had to bring him along in a way. However, I feel like that's the breaking point for Shaun, in which he has to decide whether or not he wants to become low life or someone who's held down responsibility, or he can be in balance. And that is represented with the color red. Now, Edgar Wright has been an amazing director so far, and just teaching us what does Shaun do every day, almost like a zombie in the beginning. And I feel like with the color red, he starts showing a little bit more of his true self. And throughout the film, he's always reminded that he's either covered in red or he got a little bit of red on him. And for me, that's just a terrific way to show that he's evolving from what he was before. Now, spoiler alert, his stepdad dies because he got bitten in the neck. And then he starts driving away thinking that he can save him. And his stepdad actually gives him good advice for once. And it's amazing how he did it because it's almost like they actually have a close bond with each other. And from there, Shaun turns into the most perfect hero that he could be at that time. Because after the whole Westchester idea goes to hell, basically, he one by one saves everyone until at some point that he can't. His mother dies, his best friend gets bit, turns into a zombie. One of his closest, not friends, but acquaintances, also gets mauled and ripped apart. And it was just him and Liz to the point where they're trapped in the cellar and they have to either think about getting killed or kill themselves. And that's something big for a comedy movie. These dark undertones that happen throughout the movie is amazing that for a movie that you actually think is just a comedy. After a while though, Shaun does find a way out of the cellar, does find a way to help and contribute to society. And I feel like Edgar Wright took that away from us because the whole thing was shut down by the military, killed all the zombies, and it just played off with this joke as if the zombies were taking our jobs and our lands. And I feel like that's something that Edgar Wright wants to say about society, is that we want everything easy. We want everything so conformed to us that we do not want any of the hard parts, any of the learning that we've done throughout the journey. Because it shows that Sean learned nothing afterward. He's still with his girlfriend in a better place. He's learned only a little bit. You know, he knows how to take care of her now and stuff like that. But he's still playing video games with a zombified version of his best friend in the shed in the back. So Edgar Wright thinks that, for what I think is that society wants to not go through all the hardships that makes you want to learn from everything else. Instead, just want someone else to do the hard work for them so they can kick back, relax, eat some chips, and go to the pub instead. Now I gotta get back to running because the zombie is right behind me and I do not have any more time. See ya.